What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel DC Comics Multiverse, the Red Hood, from the Killer Croc Connect and Connect series. Here we do have Jason Todd in the packaging. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get him open up, and then we'll have a better look at Red Hood. And so here we have Red Hood posing out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's actually take a look at what Red Hood comes with. Red Hood does come with the right leg of the Killer Croc Build-A-Figure, which we'll have a better look at when he's all put together. As far as Red Hood here goes, he does come with two head sculpts. He comes with his helmeted head, which looks really good. He comes with an unmasked Jason Todd head with the Robin mask on. He also does come with three pairs of hands. He comes with a pair of fists. He comes with a pair of grip hands. And then he also does come with a pair of pistol grip hands. Unfortunately, Red Hood here does not come with any guns, and it's kind of ironic because he has guns sculpted right here in his holster, but they are not removable, so huge oversight by Mattel there that Red Hood does not get his main weapons, which is indeed guns. A little bit unfortunate, but there's really not much you can do about that. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, and then we'll have a closer look at Red Hood. And so here we have a closer look at Mattel's Red Hood, and right off the bat I'm going to say this is a really nice figure. He does have a couple of issues. In case you don't know, Red Hood here did have a running change during the production of this figure. I believe the helmet was actually a duller red. I have seen some photos of Red Hood where the helmet is like this darker red and it's not as glossy. I believe this is the updated version that has the glossy bright red mask. I could be mistaken that maybe the other one's more metallic. I just know that there is a change to the production, so I don't know which one I have, but this is a really glossy bright red helmet, which I think is much better, in my honest opinion. Now, I did go ahead and modify the figure a little bit, because originally when I got this figure out of the packaging, his head sat really low on his neck, and you can see I actually did give him a neck now. You can do that with some cotton or just increasing the thickness of the ball joint so that his head sits higher, but just know that his head originally sat about half an inch lower on that peg. As far as the figure goes, I really do like the way he looks. It captures what he looks like in the Rebirth comics before he changed his costume. Really love the white eyes with the black outline. It does bring this figure's detail out. I do like the fact that he has some panel lining in his mask. As you can see, it goes all the way around. I would have liked to see a black wash just to bring out those panel lines because they do seem a little bit shallow. But you can see them, which is a good thing. Taking a look at his costume, this is a thinner body that we've seen on the Multiverse before, but they did a really good job with that bat emblem. You can see they even painted the zipper going down the middle of his costume, which I think that's a really nice little detail there. On his jacket, you can see they did, in fact, paint and sculpt the zipper right here, so I do like that. We do have that elastic strap which goes around the jacket, but it's not sculpted, but it is noticeable, which I do like that little detail. His jacket is done in a brown plastic, and something I do like is that the browns actually match. It's really hard when they do soft to hard plastic and they don't quite match, but this does a really good job at it. You can see his sleeves only go up to about 3/4 of the way. Then you see his undersuit right here. We have some bare flesh, and then we see his gloves. He does have some studs right here on his gloves, and you can see right there that's not quite where the knuckle on the thumb is, but he does have it sculpted, which looks really good. The belt is pretty good for the most part. It is a little bit off-centered on mine, and there's no way I can fix that, unfortunately. But you can see it's actually off to the left side just a tiny bit. I do like the detailing in it. It has a painted buckle, especially where the holsters go, especially right here on the back. They did a really good job sculpting the guns in his holsters, but he cannot take them out, and that is really unfortunate because it does look like they're separate pieces. But I think at some point Mattel just decided to not give us guns with Red Hood. I don't know why. It confuses me. You can see he does have some line work going down his pant leg right here. We have a little kneecap which is painted, not sculpted. Going on to his calf, you can see he does have the armor plating right here in the front with the elastic straps going on the back, and you can see just a little bit of sculpt work right there. It does look really nice. Going on to his boots, you can see his shoes do have that metal panel right here at the top of the foot, and then we do have the treads right here which look really good. They even sculpted the underside of his boots, so that looks fantastic. So overall, Red Hood here is a really impressive figure. Even though it's a body we've seen before, I think it actually works for Jason Todd. So what we're going to do now is actually get him compared to a few other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Red Hood posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we do have Red Hood posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. And finally, here we have the Multiverse Red Hood posed next to the DC Collectibles DC Essentials Red Hood. And just in case you're wondering, yes, the DC Essentials Red Hood helmet actually does fit on the Multiverse figure with no modifications, so if you want him to have the Essentials helmet, you can go that route. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at Red Hood's articulation. Now his head is on a ball joint, and because I didn't modify mine, it does sit a little bit too high on... Well, it doesn't sit too high on the neck, but moving it around does have the tendency to pop that head off. But he does look up and down slightly. He can tilt his head slightly, turns left and right, no problem. He does have a little bit of a hinge in that joint. You can see it does go down and does go back, does rotate left and right, so pretty good range on the head. Shoulders only go up to about there. I think you can actually get them further if you move them in. Not, they only go out almost horizontal. They do a full 360. He does have a swivel up here in the bicep. Single bend right here in the elbow gives us 90 degrees, which is really good. Swivel and hinge in the wrist, and that works no problem. And that's the same for all of the hands that we get with Red Hood. An ab crunch, which does go back about that far, goes forward quite a bit. I do like the range on that. He does swivel at the waist, which works really good. Legs do kick forward up to there. They kick back not too far. Do the splits no problem, so we can have him doing high kicks. Swivel up here in the thigh. Double bend in the knee, giving us a little better range than we were used to seeing. We do have a hinge in the ankle, which does go back about that far. Goes forward quite a bit, and then forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, Red Hood here does have some pretty decent articulation. So what we're going to do now is actually get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Red Hood posed for my final thoughts. Now I did go ahead and put the Essentials head on the Multiverse figure just so you guys can see what it looks like. Now, even though this is a really nice figure, I do feel like Mattel dropped the ball with Red Hood's helmeted head. It's kind of a shiny, glossy red. I would have preferred the more metallic red. Another place where this figure fails is the fact that his guns are sculpted in his holsters. Again, I did have to borrow the Essentials weaponry for this figure, and you can see it does look really good on him. Now, if you are looking for the Red Hood, he is available at Walmart, Target, and Big Bad Toy Store at the time I'm making this video. Now, Red Hood here is a really nice figure, and I can see people going after him. Despite the fact he has some flaws, I still think this is a really nice figure to own, especially if you're a fan of Batman, the Bat Family, or Under the Red Hood like I am. This is a really fantastic figure. Now, if you are looking for Red Hood, he is going to be a little bit hard to track down. Him and Alfred, I think, are the two big figures everybody wants, but if you're trying to complete Killer Croc, you're going to need him in your collection. So with that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other DC Multiverse videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video, because YouTube does not let my subscribers know when I upload a video. It really does pay to ring that notification bell. So until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.